every year at church, as a part of the Methodist tradition, we have a charge conference. And that's where we vote on a lot of details like our leaders and any building things we might change and just a lot of very businessy things. So none of y'all show up. It's okay. Nobody loves to be in the business meeting unless you're part of doing that business. So instead of inviting you all to the slightly boring business meeting, we wanted to tell you the stories of our church. There's a lot of data in what we're going to tell you. You do not have to read every bit of the data right now. The report will come back to you later. But we wanted to make sure we're telling you not just the data of what we do, but the stories of what we do. And also helping us to set the tone for what God calls us into next. So we wanted to start with just reminding you of who we are as a church. Earlier this year, our church council voted in our revised vision, mission statement, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes they're the same. But it takes the new statement that the United Methodist Church has put out, and we shared this earlier in the year, and modifies it for our congregation. At Farmersville United Methodist Church, we are disciples of Jesus Christ, empowered by the Holy Spirit, who love boldly, serve joyfully, and lead courageously in our communities and beyond. One of the unique things about who we are is that we do these things already. We didn't need a statement to tell us that we do them. But it does help us as we look towards who we will be in the future, that we are a people who prioritize loving and serving and leading. We are a multi-generational church. We're a welcoming church. I tell you, that is the one thing I hear from not just new visitors who show up, but from people who drop in from out of town, from our district superintendents who come to meet you all, from our guest preachers that show up one time. They say this church makes them feel like home. People who watch us online tell us that too. Did y'all know that? I don't know how you feel at home watching online, because that feels so distant to me, but they keep giving that feedback to us, that we make them feel welcome, no matter who they are. We're an inclusive congregation. That means everyone can be here, and everyone has a place in our midst, and everyone is a beloved child of God. And we're grateful for all of those things pushed together that lead us into the beyond. See, I did my 1 minute. I gotcha. We're good. But I hope that as we talk through who we are and what we're doing, that you hear this tone. I'm done. Your turn. Go ahead.
And I think I'll need this microphone. We'll go to the next slide and just talk about some of what our church is. I'm Jenny Michael. I'm the lay leader here. I think you know me, but it is my privilege to lead our ministry action team. And you'll see many members of our ministry action team up here today, and many are sitting in the congregation. We have 152 members of our church. Active individuals is about 188, right? So we've got a lot of people who are active and engaged with us, and our average attendance continues to go up. We thank Pastor Casey. I think that's a large part of that, but thank for all of you for your faithful attendance. But what we do as a church doesn't just happen here on Sunday morning. The church is not about Sunday morning service. It's about what we do for our community, our families, and beyond all week long. And so there's always something happening. So for those of you who attend these small groups, who are part of that ministry, who lead those groups, it makes a difference in the life of our church, because that's the connectiveness that we have at Farmersville United Methodist Church. So whether you do yoga on Tuesday nights, or you go to the Village Inn on the first Wednesday of the month with the parents when you drop your kids off for Kids Club, or you're part of our cool Methodist band, no, you are part of the ministry work that we do at Farmersville United Methodist Church. We also do a lot to look beyond the walls. What we do in our church is not about just being in these walls. It's not just about those of us who are sitting here or those of us who are watching online. It's about what are we doing beyond these walls. That's what Christ tells us, to go beyond this world, to go out into the world and make a difference in the world. And we do that through things like community services or vacation Bible school or giving to camp. That's all part of what we do. And then also there's a lot of fellowship that we do here. We like a good party. We love a good dinner. And that's part of the ministry that we do. I think you're next.
Am I next?
Oh, Jackie's next.
Okay.
I just have a few reflections to share on the leading the women's ministry group. So what a blessing it has been to lead our women's ministry group this past year. This journey has offered us countless opportunities for fellowship, growth, and encouragement among all who have participated. Throughout the year, we have gathered for dinner outings that were filled with great food, meaningful conversation, and deeper connections. These moments not only nourished our bodies, but also strengthened the bond between us, making our time truly special. Our Bible studies provide us space to grow in our faith and deepen our understanding of the Scriptures. Each gathering reminded us that God's grace always meets us right where we are, encouraging us to trust in His presence and love. I am so thankful for every woman who has joined us throughout the year. Your presence brings strength and beauty to our ministry, and each time we come together, we are reminded of the power of community and shared faith. And if you haven't been able to join us for anything in the past year, I invite you all to join us in the coming year. Thank you.
So we also, well, before we continue with missions, I just want to point out, I wanted to include all the different ways that people serve, and I started making the list, and it got too big for slides. In addition to all the groups that we're a part of, so many of us have volunteer groups and work that we do that cares for us, whether that's a part of being in our band or a part of our ushers or our greeting team or our kitchen team. Your service teams are a valuable part of how we do our work together. Speaking of work, this is the work done by us in missions. It's a lot. Again, you'll get a copy of this. You don't have to memorize it all right now. But we do so much in how we care. We gave over $1,500 to disaster relief in 2 different offering opportunities this year, in addition to 37 emergency bags. We collected 2,246 pencils, 375 glue sticks, and served 181 students at our Night to Reach Out. We quarterly put out grab-and-go snacks to our police and fire departments, especially for their overnight shifts where there's not a lot open to get food from. We have board members and sorting volunteers that are a part of our ministry here at camp in our community. We support our community garden here in town as well for fresh produce for people who cannot support that in their homes. We've supported our families for Christmas, and we'll continue to do that in the next year at Valley View Schools. We still continue to give to Determined to Develop, that does ministry in Malawi each year as we're supporting a student working their way through that process. And there's so much more that was more than I could put on one slide. But just a picture of the impact you all are making near and far in the kingdom. We do so much. And I left out the summer food program because Becca's going to give us an update on how that ministry goes.
I'm Rebecca Lee, and I'm involved with the missions team in the children's ministry. A program called Sunshine in a Bag runs during the school year that's coordinated by Valley View Schools for delivery of food to those who qualify financially. Well, the need doesn't end when school's out. So 4 years ago, our church started the mission of collecting and delivering to those Farmersville students in the summer. So each year, the need has grown about 15 to 20%. This summer, a group of 17 volunteers from this church worked to shop, pack, and deliver to 15 homes twice a month, June, July, and August, to 38 kids, and that's over 228 bags of food. That's a lot. A big thank you to all the volunteers and to those who donated food. About half was donated, and about half came from a special grant that we received from our conference, our church conference. This is how our church comes together to fill a need and to make this mission project possible. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm going to talk a little bit about our finances. For those that don't know, I'm Jeff Morneau. I'm our treasurer. Bob Skidmore is our chair for our finance committee. So speaking a little bit about our expenses are a little bit above budget right now, trending about 6%. Some of our key expenses that we didn't plan on at the start of the year, which drives some of that variance, is our kitchen air conditioner replacement. That was $8,300. And then the moving expense for Pastor Casey and family. I'd also point out our utility costs are trending a little higher than budget, but not too significantly. I think we're all seeing that at home too. And then next slide. So we talk about our missions and the drivers for that, and without income and our financial resources, we can't support our missions. Right now, our regular offering is trending a little bit below budget, right about 14%. We average about $2,800 per week in regular offering. For the month of December and November to meet our budget for the year, we need about $27,000 per month in each of those 2 months to reach that target. A couple of things we've done a lot of targeted fundraising, as you all know, for our air conditioner fund. We're sitting at around $13,000 in that fund right now, so kudos and thank you to all that have contributed to that. That we still see donations come in for that. Next slide. There are multiple ways that you can all give. Talk about it, our general fund. That goes to just our daily expenses and supporting some of our mission work. You can also donate to designated targeted funds, whether it's a building project, events, special equipment that we might need, a ministry group that you are supportive, as well as memory of a loved one. Recently, we had a lot of donations come in for Carolyn Ulrich. That fund stands at about $2,300, and we'll be doing some work around that to target that money to a building project or some other project that Carolyn would support. Different ways to give, the donation box there in the back. You can mail in your offerings. You can set up a recurring gift through your bank. We have a number of people that do that. Or you can give online through Vanco. We have a number of people that do that as well. I'll be around after if anyone has any questions.
And to sum it all up, we wanted to tell you where we're heading, because we've tried to give you a picture of what we've done in the last year. I'm not the best at remembering to keep track of statistics, so I've been putting everybody to work over the past couple weeks of saying, what do we know about our church? What did we track? I think there's so much we forgot to track, which is a good thing. It's like me and my pictures, right? There's so much I forget to take pictures. But as we did as much tracking as we could go back and do, we were also thinking ahead of what to do in the future. There's a few things we already have in motion that we're really excited about. Our online capabilities and our website are all going to look fresh and modern and are always on the increase of what we're able to do. We have so many people that have found us through online presence. If that's not you, that's okay, but it's a new way to reach and an effective tool that we're going to stay on top of leveraging. We want to thank Jenny and her company for working with us on the website too. They have taken us on as a test subject, but it's going to be a good test in a wonderful way. But some of the other things that we're going to be doing as ourselves as human bodies is we already do a great job of connecting with our community. We're going to step up our outreach, though, of making sure that all these events that y'all already show up at, we're going to remind people that our church is there too. Our church people are there, so our church is there. We're going to try to show up at a few more things intentionally, whether that's supporting it as a sponsor or showing up with a tent or just being there and making sure people know who we are and that we love them as a part of our community outreach. We already have been working throughout the whole year at some kind of redesign plans for our local mission work, keeping ourselves focused on intentional ministries so we don't get pulled in every direction, while we still stay open and sensitive to the needs of our community. So as we keep working through that, we'll keep telling you, but we're already pretty excited about the month-by-month plan we have to keep ourselves intentional about taking care of other people. And we're going to be adding some study groups. If you want to lead one, this is your time now. I'm putting out the call that please grab some people and look at your Bible. But we're going to have a few that I plan as well throughout the year, some seasonal ones, and we'll add some intentional long-term ones. In addition to the ones that already exist, as Jackie shared, our women have a long-standing group already. So this is just to add to the work we're already doing. And then finally, I just want to encourage you that we're here to make disciples of Jesus Christ as we share the love of God with everyone. So I don't have a plan or a 3-step something for you to follow for making a disciple, but rather just the reminder that that's our constant call as a church together. Thank you all for staying for all of this. Did I forget anything? Did we got it? Thank you all for staying for all this. I forgot to set my timer, but I stayed pretty close. And this will be sent out to church folks through the Faith Connection. If you're not on the Faith Connection, this is a great time to sign yourself up on the email. If you need a print copy, please let us know and we'll make sure we print one for you that you can look at a later time. But we're available for questions, and we thank you all for all the work you do as a part of our church. You're dismissed. Go eat food.